What's up, guys? I'm here at Corbin Toys and Games with Cody of Team Legion and JT of Team Legion. Woo! There he is, that sexy man. All right, what do you got for us, Cody?
So today I've got my new and improved Dark Warrior deck profile for you. No Rongo, no Gunblar, no problem. We're still out here putting up negates in solitaire.
I thought it was dead.
No.
No?
Not dead at all. More inconsistent, yeah. But I mean, like 2 Warriors is still combo. You get to do some cool stuff with Nightmare Griffin. Yeah, it's really fun and interactive Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what we're always trying to do here at Legion Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and get into it for you guys.
All right, let's see it.
So the first card that we play is the obligatory 1 Armageddon Knight. Card is fantastic, and actually in this build we loop it sometimes 3+ times with Power Troll Dragon. So it's at 1, but no problem. We don't care about that. Second one is Dark Greffer. I never draw this card, like, at all. It's fantastic, don't get me wrong, especially when you see it with Destrudo. It's absolutely insane. But otherwise, yeah, basically just another Armageddon Knight. Next card is... This card's insane. This card right here can be comboed just by itself, but when you add in extenders into the mix, it just gets, that's when it gets really silly, and you get to go and like put co-links onto your Griffin to go and make it even more of a strong board. So yeah, very good card. And then I just mentioned extenders, so we'll get into a few of the extenders that we play. 3 Drunk Ford and 3 Blue Mountain Butter Spy. Those are pretty self-explanatory. You see them in conjunction with another warrior, and it's just like automatic combo. Yeah, Blue Mountain Butter Spy is cool because you can use it to chain block Ash on Neospace Connector and Armageddon Knight. So nice. Fun fact, yeah, that's a really good interaction there. And then the next card that actually has just gotten better and better through this deck's lifespan is Vision Hero Vion. This card is just like infinitely better than it used to be. A lot of lists actually didn't even play it, but now it's just like so fantastic. If you same thing, if you see this card right here is actually combo by itself as well, but it is a little more susceptible to hand traps. And then the 2 Malicious to go with it, RIP. There's a little bit less of a focus on this card now that it's at 2 because initially you would go and you would dump it and then it would go and help your Summon Sork play because you would just go and Sork one out and then link it off and then you'd have the 3rd one left in deck still. But now we're not trying to do that as often, so it doesn't come up with Summon Sork as much as it is just a generic extender. And then again, more extenders, 3 Destrudo. This card's absolutely phenomenal because like you don't care if you draw it, you don't care if you dump it. It's live.
That boy good.
Exactly. 4K life points, doesn't matter. It's really good because we do play the Yazi and we also play the Power Tool Dragon. So like I said, this card just has a lot of options. It makes going first and going second both like great. So moving on from there, we have a small Phantom Knight engine. We have 2 Phantom Knight boots and 1 Phantom Knight cloak. I've seen some people play around with this in terms of ratios. I've seen some people play ragged gloves. I've seen some people go and play more boots. Some people play more cloak. I just think this is the most correct ratio, honestly.
So does the second boots ever come up for you?
The second boots does come up because primarily the reason why you want to play the 2 boots instead of just 1 and 1 is because if you just play 2 and you draw one of them, you can't resolve Rusty. And that's pretty much what we're trying to do all the time is resolve Rusty. So it's really good also because like that way then you can go and have like another free extender, quote unquote, with the Phantom Knight Trap Shade Brigandine if you end up drawing the boots.
Alrighty.
So moving on from there, this is the really spicy stuff I like playing here. We've got 1 Steam the Cloak and 1 Zephyros the Elite. So Steam the Cloak comes into his own now because he's our main Summon Sork target, and that's because of Zephyros. So later in the future, I'll have some combo videos coming for y'all about how that particular interaction works, but it's actually insane. You get to go and sometimes make a token up to 3 or 4 times off Steam the Cloak. Soul Charge is still around. I don't even want to think about it. But from that point, you go and you have Neospace and Aqua Dolphin. That's the card you go and get with Connector. You can play multiples of this because the logic is that if you see this in a Warrior, then that's still combo and you get to rep a card out of their hand. So it's like there's really no reason not to play 3 in the 60 card variants, but this is like a 45 to 50 card variant, depending on some card choices that you can change. Yeah, so the 1 is fine, really good. And then the last monster we played, of course, is the obligatory Mare for the Yazi. This card makes going second to Breeze. It can bait out hand traps like it's its job, because essentially it is. But that's pretty much what it's for, is to break boards. Makes Nightmares really good too. And then on to spells. 3 Call by the Grave. It's a combo deck, self-explanatory.
Do you see it enough?
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Ironically enough, this actually I don't want to see it in my hand as often as I would think, but that's directly linked to the decline that we've seen in hand traps.
Right.
But still, great card. 100% you want to play it. Then from there, we've got some extenders. 3 Instant Fusion. You play Raging in the extra deck. Outs Colossus, which is really good, even though Colossus isn't a big deal because you can do the whole combo and only search once. But yeah, Instant Fusion's good for that. Extender and can out Colossus. So we are playing the Power Tool variant, so this is supposed to be 3 DDR. I'm still just missing 2. But yeah, you go and you search this to go and loop your Armageddon Knight multiple times. And then, yeah, just picture these 2 in there. So.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, we've just got the regular equips we play. 1 Phoenix Blade, very crucial because, again, you're using it to loop Armageddon Knight, so you need to keep banishing Armageddon Knight. Living Fossil, the only good one to draw.
Right.
Overdone Burial. Kind of a brick in this variant, but when you play Goki cards or when you play Red Layer, this card's actually not bad to draw either. This is good for Altergeist, and yeah, those are the equip spells that I play. 7 equip spells total. Definitely don't want to play more, and probably wouldn't play less unless I moved away from the Power Tool variant. And then lastly, we've got Power 1-ofs, which is my favorite part of the deck. So we've got Magical Midfield Breaker. You draw this card and you still just win. So good. 1 Foolish Burial, again, just fixes hands, honestly. 1 Rhoda and 1 Monster Reborn. Again, not much to say about all of these cards. They make your great hands fantastic, and they make your bad hands playable. So always good cards to play. And so from there we play 2 traps. We play the 1 Shade Brigandine extender, and it gives you another option to set off of Rusty if you draw the Fogblade, which we also play.
Right.
Again, both options for Rusty, and then Brigandine is good for when you want to extend to. This card is actually also good because if your Rusty gets cleared, you can actually just go and revive it back. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice.
So now we're going to move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck is still being tinkered with, but this is 100% playable as it stands, and is still fine. So we got Link Kribo for Link 1. No other Link 1s. You can play Mermaid if you decide, but just not playing it in this particular variant. And then from there we have a lot of Link 2s. We've got Space Insulator. You use him to help make Rusty. Proxy Dragon, because there is a couple extra Link combos that you can do in this deck, and it's also just a completely generic Link 2, much like Space Insulator is. And you want to save this for Rusty, and then this can be good just for when you need generic Link 2s. And then for our Link 2 Nightmares, we have Cerberus and Phoenix. Just good, helps clear cards. I personally opt to play 2 Isolde. This is something I've been tinkering with here and there. There is a fine amount of merit in just playing 1, and you can totally get away with it. But it just seems like people who don't know what the deck does these days, this is their go-to card to hit with a hand trap.
Right.
And so the second one, if you know who you're playing against and you can kind of gauge them, you can summon the first one, use her effect to search, bait out the hand trap, and then just summon another warrior, make the second one, and then that's full combo.
Right.
So that's why I like the second one, but you can totally get away with playing 1. And that's it for Link 2s. Link 3s, we've got the man himself, Rusty. This card's just insane. He's got 3 effects.
Busted.
So good.
Link 3 in the game.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Love this card. And for more broken Link 3s, you play Summon Sorceress. Great card. This is what you use to do the Steam the Cloak shenanigans, where you can just go and get your tokens rolling. And then our last Link 3 that we play is Nightmare Unicorn. Clears problem cards and is just, it has good arrows too. For when you do the cute extra Link plays, has good arrows for that too.
Right.
So for Link 4s, I play the Griffin, and then I play Borolo Dragon. Ideally, this would be a Boral Sword, but I do find that you struggle with the Thunder Dragon matchup, as most decks do, and this card kind of answers the Thunder Dragon matchup a little bit better than Boral Sword does.
Right.
Griffin, there's really no explanation needed. I like this card a lot, even though I'm not playing the Curious and Imperial Order combo yet. There's still plenty of merit in this card. It's got a great Floodgate effect, and it lets you set back your Shade Brigandine and your Fog Blades too. So it's kind of a pseudo extender in that it sets you up for next turn. So that's it for Link 4s. And then we do play a couple Synchro monsters in 2019. We play Yazi. This card's fantastic. Makes going second so much better. Gets memory out of the deck. Great for token spam. And it can be targeted too, so you can just summon it in the back row, and it makes it makes Sky Striker like really easy. Then you play Powerful Dragon. He searches out the DDR for the combo, and then like I said, for the Instant Fusion target, you play the 1 Raijin. In the future, I have thought about going and playing Thousand Eyes Restrict to also kind of help answer the Thunder Dragon matchup, and you can also tag it out for a Link rebuff, so that's also some utility that it has in it. But otherwise, the 1 Instant Fusion target's fine. You don't necessarily have to play anymore. And then I'll show you all my side deck.
You all spill the spice for us.
Keep in mind this side deck is 100% tailored to A, my budget, and B, our locals, which is just now starting to get off the ground.
Right.
So yeah, so a lot of these cards I would play in all seriousness, but for example, like first card in here, Skullmeister. We played 2 Skullmeister. This is the Great Value or the store brand Ghost Bell. I've got a Draco player at our locals, and that matchup gives me a lot of problems, as you know most back row decks do. So this card answers the Draco spell and traps, which is really good. And then from there, pretty much the rest of the cards I would actually play. So we have 3 Ash Blossom. It has overlap in just about every matchup. One of the best hand traps. And then in my opinion, the best hand trap right now is actually Gamma. This card is so insane. When you're trying to resolve like any of your spells, it just makes life so much easier, and it gives you free link material if you get to summon it on your turn, because you can just link it off for a generic link too. And then from there, more cards to help us. This is pretty much how I beat all my back row matchups, and that's 3 Pank and 3 Red Reboot. So 3 Pank and 3 Red Reboot is almost exclusively for Altergeist and like Draco, other back row decks, because sometimes the fact of the matter is that they'll just have all the cards to go and blow you out. But with stuff like Pankratops and Red Reboot, especially in conjunction together, it puts a lot of times too much pressure for those back row decks to be able to come back from. I know Red Reboot can be a little underwhelming against Draco, but in conjunction with Pankratops, it's just a huge tempo swing that almost always will end in a victory for you.
Right.
So that is my main side and extra for the Dark Warrior deck.
All right.
I have a couple other variants that you guys might see in the future in some combo videos, but this is what I'm working with right now.
Okay. So what draws you to the Power Tool variant over, say, what other options you have?
So the Power Tool variant is it's a give and take. Obviously, you play 3 DDR in a deck that's under 50 cards. I'm playing I think 45 right now. Yeah, 45. So you are taking a consistency hit because you're going to draw into equips more often than you'd like. But that being said, as long as you're not drawing into multiple DDRs, you still have combo, which is what the best part about it is. But it trades you power for consistency. And I think with all of the hits that this deck has taken and the fact that 2 Warriors is combo already, you can sacrifice a little bit of consistency to get that drastic boost in your ceiling that you really need to be able to go and keep up these days. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I bricked on it a few times, but like it really hasn't been that detrimental to me. Drawing Equip sucks, but you can get around it for sure.
Okay, good to hear it. All right, well, thanks for showing us. Guess we'll see that hopefully next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. All right. Y'all have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell him he shouldn't play Power Tool Dragon. Yeah, peace out.